Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Chicago Bulls vs Detroit Pistons. The Bulls seem to have found a spark from new pickup Patrick Beverley. Beverley is not going to light up the scoreboard, but the noted spark plug and top defender has seemed to light a fire under the underperforming Bulls. In his 2 games with Chicago, he has had a major impact on the defense as they have allowed just 85 points per game. This is exactly what the doctor ordered as the Bulls have no trouble scoring with their big 3, Lavin, DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic. The Bulls are rolling, and this game is too important for the Bulls to lose, while the Pistons are headed for another lottery pick. Take Chicago here to cover. Chicago has no desire to push the pace of play, while the Pistons sit right around the top 10 in possessions per game. Despite the high possession rate, the Pistons will have trouble generating points here, as the Bulls have sit top 10 in opponent field goal and 3-point percentage. Look for the Pistons to try and muck the game up to hang around with Chicago, and for the Bulls to run their methodical half-court offense. Any loose ball turnovers will be faced with stiff resistance as well, with both squads ranking top 10 in fast break points allowed. The play is the under 234.5 points. Phoenix Suns vs Charlotte Hornets. Phoenix Kevin Durant, knee, has not played since the All-Star break and will make his team debut in this game. The Suns will be the best team in the West moving forward, but it is always wise to fade a team working a player coming off injury back into the rotation. Our team pick is Charlotte Hornets plus 10 points. I like the under in this one as without Ball, the Hornets' offense will be even worse, and earlier this year, we already saw Phoenix's defense hold Charlotte to under 100 points. As well, although Durant is set to make his debut, there could be chemistry issues early on, as none of them are used to playing with one another, and with that, the Suns will look to slow down the pace. This season, the Hornets are 34-29 in hitting the under, while Phoenix is 32-29-1. Currently, the Suns play at a pace of 100.6, which ranks 19th, while their defensive efficiency ranks 8th. Charlotte, meanwhile, plays at a pace of 102.9, which ranks 9th, but without Ball, their offense won't be the same. Finally, in Charlotte's last 4 games, the games are averaging 224.5 ppg, while Phoenix's last 4 are averaging 224 ppg. But, I expect a slow-paced game with no Ball and Durant making his debut. Take the under. Brooklyn Nets vs New York Knicks. I like the Knicks -6 at home, as they have won 6 games straight and they are the better defensive team in this matchup. They will get consistent stops throughout this game, which will allow them to slowly pull away. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Knicks have the 13th lowest adjusted defense rating, and they are holding their opponents to the 3rd lowest shooting percentage from the field. They will continue to contest shots in the paint and on the perimeter, as the Nets won't score enough points to cover this spread. Brooklyn hasn't been as strong on the defensive end of the court as of late either. They only have the 20th lowest adjusted defensive rating, and they have struggled to defend on the perimeter. The Knicks will continue to attack the basket, and they will find themselves with multiple open looks on the perimeter. I expect them to cash in, as they have been on fire over the last 2 weeks. Pick the New York Knicks and lay the points, -6.5 at home. With Brooklyn on a back-to-back, I like the under here as both teams have a good defense which will limit the scoring in this one. The Nets are 31-28-1 in hitting the under this season, while on a back-to-back, Brooklyn is 5-5 in hitting the under, and New York is 29-32-2 in hitting the under. Yet, the Knicks are playing at a pace of 98.7, which ranks 27th, while their defensive efficiency ranks 11th, while the Nets play at a pace of 100.6, which ranks 19th, while their defensive efficiency ranks 13th. The 3 games these two teams have played are averaging 221 ppg, while in Brooklyn's last 5 games, the games are averaging 224 ppg, while New York's last 5 are averaging 222.8 ppg. Take the under here with Brooklyn on a back-to-back, as the pace will be a slow one. Cleveland Cavaliers vs Boston Celtics. The Cleveland Cavaliers and their revamped roster are doing excellent, coasting through the Eastern Conference on their way to a home playoff series. The Celtics are the class of the Eastern Conference and will be extremely difficult to out in a playoff series. They are 39-25 entering this matchup with Boston, and this will be a good measuring stick for how they will hold up against them in the playoffs. I expect this to be a very close-fought defensive game, and I believe Cleveland has what it takes to keep up with the Celtics. They are one of the best defensive teams in the NBA and will limit Tatum and Brown. They may not win, but Mitchell and Garland will keep it close enough to cover the number. Take the Cavs plus 6 points. Cleveland is last in pace of play entering this Eastern Conference showdown with the Celtics. Both teams are headed to the playoffs, and both teams have their sights set on a deep run. Cleveland is 3rd in defensive rating, and both teams have played at a very high level this year. Although the Cavs are last in pace, I expect this to be a higher tempo game. Boston leads the NBA in defensive rebounding, but the Cavaliers have Mobley and Allen inside to counteract that. Boston has yet to face such a strong front line, and the Cavaliers will get their share of easy buckets and second chance points. Take the over. Philadelphia 76ers vs Miami Heat. A go against the Philadelphia 76ers, getting a great game from Jimmy Butler in a 101-99 road win. They are severely lacking a point guard, and they need Kyle Lowry in the mix if they want a chance at making the playoffs or advancing. They have all the talent in the world to compete with the best teams in the East, as we saw last year when they vaulted to the best record in the conference. But it has not worked out well for them this year, holding a 33-29 record entering this rematch with the 76ers. I believe they come away with another big win, considering they are too good to be this low in the East. They get this one at home and will come away with a win. Take Miami 1 point. The Philadelphia 76ers looked out of gas and out of sorts in a close 101-99 loss to the Miami Heat Monday. James Harden had a chance to win the game for the 76ers, but his 3-point try at the buzzer bounced off the back of the rim. Joel Embiid led all scorers with 27 points and 12 rebounds, and he has played at an MVP level this year. Both clubs are near the bottom of the NBA with respect to pace of play, and I expect this to be similar to the low-scoring game they played Monday. That total was listed at 217 and went well under. The total has gone under in 8 of 12 for the 76ers. Anticipate the number being slightly lower here, but take the under anyway. Take the under. Memphis Grizzlies vs Houston Rockets. Houston might be the worst team in the NBA, but the betting market is still having trouble accounting for just how bad the Rockets are. They have lost 5 straight games by double digits and have only covered the spread once in their last 6 games. Houston has also dropped 10 consecutive games overall, while Memphis has generated some momentum with back-to-back wins. The Grizzlies are fighting for at least the number 2 seed in the Western Conference, and Houston is lacking motivation at this point in the season. Houston is not playing competitive games against elite teams, so I have to back Memphis to win this game by double digits. Our team pick is Memphis minus 9.5 points. When looking at the previous 5 games, neither team has been doing too well on the offensive side of the floor, as the Grizzlies are scoring 114.2 points per game, while the Rockets are averaging 102 points per game in that stretch. The opposing shooting percentage shows a good job of how difficult scoring can be as well, with Memphis leading the NBA with a 44.8 field goal percentage against, while Houston is 22nd with a 47.8 opposing field goal percentage. All in all, go with the under to hit in this game, as it seems to be the better option. Los Angeles Lakers vs Oklahoma City Thunder. Without Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder will be short of their star player. Oklahoma City struggles without their key player, and this could be a tough night for them, especially on the back half of a back-to-back. The Lakers will be without James and are also on game 2 of a back-to-back. But the difference between these two teams is the strength inside for the Lakers. Anthony Davis will be a crucial part to this game and will lead the Lakers to a road win. Take the Lakers to cover. Without James and Gilgeous-Alexander, this game has lost the firepower for each team. Especially on the back end of a back-to-back, expect a low-scoring game on Wednesday night. The under is 5-0 in the Lakers' last 5 Wednesday games. The under is 6-2 in the Thunder's last 8 Wednesday games. Take the under 225 points on Wednesday. Los Angeles Lakers vs Oklahoma City Thunder. Without Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder will be short of their star player. Oklahoma City struggles without their key player, and this could be a tough night for them, especially on the back half of a back-to-back. The Lakers will be without James and are also on game 2 of a back-to-back. But the difference between these two teams is the strength inside for the Lakers. Anthony Davis will be a crucial part to this game and will lead the Lakers to a road win. Take the Lakers to cover. Without James and Gilgeous-Alexander, this game has lost the firepower for each team. Especially on the back end of a back-to-back, expect a low-scoring game on Wednesday night. The under is 5-0 in the Lakers' last 5 Wednesday games. The under is 6-2 in the Thunder's last 8 Wednesday games. Take the under 225 points on Wednesday. New Orleans Pelicans vs Portland Trail Blazers. This game will go down to the wire. The stake is huge even though there's a lot of basketball to play in 2022-23. Portland beat New Orleans by 11 points in their first meeting of the season, despite missing Damian Lillard and Jusuf Nurkic. Jerami Grant tortured Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram for 27 points, and Anthony Simons added 23 points and 6 assists. The Pelicans will keep it close this time around. If you want to take a risk, go with any team to win by 5 or fewer points to get a hefty wage. The Pels are a decent defensive team. They lead the league in opposing 3-point percentage, 33.9%, but rank bottom in opposing 2-point percentage. The Trailblazers are a bad defensive unit, 117.4 points allowed per 100 possessions, 27th in the league. However, Damian Lillard could easily make a difference, so I'm going with the hosts to win and cover at -110. Our team pick is Portland Trailblazers -2 points. The last 5 games between these teams have gone under, and that is the pick I am leaning towards in this game. The Pelicans have been a pretty good scoring team this season, but they only scored 93 points in their last game, and in their 4-game losing streak, they are only averaging 102.8 ppg. The Blazers are missing their second leading scorer and leading rebounder, and while Dame will score big, the Blazers will not put up a lot of points. Look for this Western Conference matchup to be a lower scoring affair with each team not having great shooting games, which is why the under is the pick. Take the under 232.5 points.